What's up, guys? PowerManiac720 here, and I have for you today my top 4 Game 1 match against Matthew Coyle, aka En Fuego. Again, someone who's top cut worlds, or got top 8 at worlds twice. So the top cut worlds twice. Really high caliber player. Hangs out with really high caliber players. So he's someone who's probably always on top of his game because he's always surrounded with great competition. So it was definitely intimidating for me to go up against. But I just beat Mike Lanzano, who's also a really high caliber player, so I was pretty confident going in, especially because the teams were working so well. So I just immediately shift 3 Ninetales, gotta get into it. And he leads Cress and Heatran, which I'm fine with. I really hate facing Cresselia, they're really annoying. So I immediately go for the double target to knock it out. So I go for the knockoff, which does just over 50% and knocks off the Citrus Berry, which is good to know he has. And I go for the overheat, just trying to immediately knock it out. But unfortunately, Ninetales only has base 81 special attack, and even in the sun, it's not able to knock it out from 45%, as Heatran just sets up the sub. And sub Heatran is really annoying to deal with, because my best ways to deal with it, sub Heatran are Terrakion, but Terrakion breaks the sub and then just faints to a Flash Cannon or an Earth Power. So I just set up Tailwind, figuring I'm going to lose Shiftry this turn. And Shiftry, of course, does go down to Sash, which is good. But interesting to note that my Shiftry here, even though it's paralyzed now, the next turn it'll outspeed both Pokemon because the Chlorophyll plus the Tailwind actually negates the paralysis, because paralysis is 1/4, but Tailwind plus Chlorophyll is times 4, so I'm actually still faster than the Heatran, which is really important here because that means I can knock off the Heatran. I mean, assuming the Heatran isn't timid, I'm faster than it, which I assumed it wasn't. So as long as Kangaskhan goes for the fake out onto the Ninetales, I'm going to be able to knock off and break the sub, which, like I said, is huge at this point. And so the Kangaskhan goes right for the low kick onto Ninetales. I don't know if he's expecting a switch or not, but I had no reason to switch. Ninetales is dead weight at this point since it's paralyzed. And Shiftry is actually fully parried, which really sucks. So he gets knocked out by a Heat Wave. And Ninetales actually unfortunately survives because it's -4. I don't really care about it right now. I just wanted it to faint so I could get Pokemon I had in the back end. And my Ninetales is also fully parried, which sucks. So Salamence comes in, gets the Intimidate off onto Kangaskhan. And I Mega Evolve, and my chance. I was pretty much playing for flinches at this point, so I go for the Rock Slide, hoping I can break sub and flinch the Kangaskhan. Unfortunately, neither happened. As Kangaskhan reveals Return, which is good to know. I mean, it's always good to know Double Edge versus Return because recoil, you could play knowing that it's got a faint to recoil damage. So he Heat Waves, Salamence survives it, no problem. Finally takes out Ninetales, which is nice. But at this point, I'm feeling it's too little, too late, because of course he can just sucker punch the Salamence, which he doesn't do, which was surprising. So I double edge the Kanga and knock it out. But I mean, I pretty much have to bank on a Heat Wave miss at this point because it's behind a sub. So I go for the Drill Run, which misses anyway, which is adding salt to the wounds. With the Sun Boosted Heat Wave, single target, he's going to knock out Nidoking. So that was Game 1 versus En Fuego, and I knew I had to make some adjustments if I wanted to win Game 2. So stay tuned for that Game 2.